The secret behind Madame Fola's magical hands. In the heart of Agalo, nestled on the edge of its loudest, most colorful market, stood a little tailor shop unlike any other. It didn't shine with gold or boast grand displays, but inside that modest shop worked a woman who seemed to wield magic with her needle and thread. Her name? Madame Fola. To the people of Agalo, Madame Fola was a legend, a miracle worker. Her dresses didn't just fit, they transformed you. Weddings, birthdays, festivals, no important event felt complete without something stitched by her skilled hands. And the most unbelievable part, she could make a dress in just 1 hour. While others labored for weeks, Madame Fola spun masterpieces in minutes. People traveled from far and wide, bringing with them fabric, hopes, and whispered stories about this gifted tailor. Her designs were rare, like something whispered to her by the spirits of fashion themselves. No two pieces were alike, and no one could ever replicate them. There was just one rule, a simple one, yet non-negotiable. Never, under any circumstance, try on your clothes inside her shop. No one questioned it. Who would? When you received perfection in a beautifully wrapped package, you'd race home to try it on. And it always fit, perfectly. Every time. But one sunny afternoon, that rule, the thread that held everything together, was broken. And with it, everything began to unravel. It started with a girl named Amaka. Amaka had told her friends, Kemi and Eve, about Madame Fola. They couldn't believe the stories. An hour to make a custom dress? Dresses that shimmered like water? So they tagged along when Amaka went to collect her own order for her cousin's wedding. The shop was even more enchanting than they imagined. Gowns that glowed, traditional wrappers with beadwork that danced in the sunlight, and embroidery so fine you'd swear it was sewn by angels. Kemi's eyes widened as she whispered, "I need a dress too." They were in awe. And yet, while Kemi admired the garments and Amaka waited for her pickup, Ife's curiosity turned into something more dangerous: temptation. While Madame Fola was busy measuring Kemi, Ife quietly wandered to the far end of the shop. There, hidden between two mannequins, was a green, beaded gown that called to her. It sparkled like emerald rain. Something about it felt alive. Ignoring the whispered warnings of another customer and brushing off the shop's infamous rule as superstition, Eve slipped behind the mannequins and tried it on, just for a moment, just to see. The moment the fabric touched her skin, the air shifted. The room fell unnaturally still. A chill danced down Ife's spine. Madame Fola, still measuring Kemi, suddenly gasped. Pain shot through her hands, sharp, blinding, unnatural. Her tape measure clattered to the floor. Her instincts screamed. She turned. There, caught in the act, was Ife, wearing the forbidden dress. Madame Fola let out a scream that cracked through the silence like thunder. Her kind face twisted with horror and rage as she stormed toward Ife. "What have you done?" she cried, yanking the dress off Ife with trembling hands. "You have ruined everything! You have finished me!" Kemi and Amaka stood frozen, unable to comprehend what was happening. The calm, graceful tailor they had admired had become a whirlwind of fear and fury. She shoved them all out of her shop, tears streaming, voice cracking. "Get out! All of you! Leave now!" In the days that followed, everything changed. The woman who once crafted miracles found her hands trembling. Her once lightning-fast fingers could barely hold a needle. The stitches unraveled, dresses came out wrong, and customers started to complain. Her once bustling shop grew quiet. Then, the shaking turned into swelling. Her hands became grotesque, blackened, blistered and twisted by pain. Rumors filled the market like smoke. Madame Fola is cursed. Her shop is haunted. The magic is gone. But the truth was darker than anyone could imagine. Many years ago, when she was just an unknown, struggling tailor, Madame Fola had made a deal. A secret pact with a spirit. In exchange for unmatched skill and success, she had only one condition to uphold. No one could ever try on her clothes in the shop. A simple rule. One she thought she could control. But now, because of Aoife's reckless curiosity, the rule was broken, and the spirit had come to collect. As Madame Fola faded into isolation, Amaka couldn't bear the guilt. Even though she hadn't broken the rule, it had happened on her watch. She returned to the shop, now eerily silent and cold. She found Madame Fola crumpled on the floor, her hands wrapped in bloody bandages, her spirit broken. "I'm sorry," Amaka whispered through tears. "I didn't mean for this to happen." Madame Fola looked up, her voice barely a whisper. "It was bound to happen. The spirit has come for what it gave." But Amaka wouldn't give up. She brought help, first to the hospital, then to her church. Pastors came to pray, anointing every corner of the shop, lifting prayers of healing over Madame Fola's hands. Amaka stayed through every prayer, every painful treatment. And slowly, something began to change. The swelling decreased. The sores faded. Her fingers twitched with life. The doctors were baffled. The pastors called it a miracle. Madame Fola could move again. Though healed, Madame Fola was hesitant to return to her craft. "People won't come back," she said. "They're scared." But Amaka had a plan. "Let me be the face of the shop. We'll start fresh, new rules, new energy. Let them see we've changed." And so, together, they reopened. With the help of Kemi and Aoife, now repentant and determined to make things right, the shop was transformed. Brighter, more welcoming. No more rules. Customers could try on their clothes. It was a new era. At first, people peeked through the windows, whispering, was it safe now? Was the curse truly broken? Amaka greeted every single person with a smile. Slowly, trust returned. Orders began to pour in again. Madame Fola, still gifted, though not as fast as before, worked quietly in the background, her hands once again creating beauty. This time, without the darkness. The tailor shop that had nearly become a ghost story was now a beacon of resilience. Amaka's courage, Aoife's remorse, and Madame Fola's enduring talent brought it back from the edge of oblivion. And the tale of the woman who sewed with the hands of spirits and lived to tell the story would forever be whispered in the alleys of Agalo. So now, the question is, if you walked into a shop and were told, "You must not try on the clothes here," would you obey? Or would curiosity get the better of you? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to click and watch more captivating African folk tales. There's magic in every stitch. And sometimes, rules are there for reasons beyond our understanding. Thank you for watching. And until the next story, stay curious, but careful.